There's a black seed smaller than a peppercorn that laboratory studies show attacks cancer cells while leaving healthy tissue untouched. In 2019, researchers at Jefferson University documented its selective cytotoxicity against multiple cancer lines. No chemotherapy, no radiation, no synthetic compounds, just Nigella sativa. The same seed mentioned in ancient texts as a cure for everything except death. Yet selling it with health claims lands you in federal court. Our journey begins 3,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. Before modern oncology, before pharmaceutical companies, someone was already using black cumin to heal. When archaeologists opened King Tutankhamun's tomb, they discovered something remarkable: a bottle of black cumin oil. Think about that. This substance was considered so valuable it accompanied pharaohs into the afterlife. Ancient Egyptian medical papyri meticulously document its use for tumors and growths, showing they recognized its potential millennia before modern medicine. This isn't just an Egyptian phenomenon. The Prophet Muhammad declared, "This black seed is healing for every disease except death." It's referenced in the Bible as the fitches mentioned in Isaiah. Hindu Ayurvedic texts call it kalonji, describing it as a universal healer. Islamic medical texts from 900 AD detail specific cancer treatment protocols using this same seed. Its use spread globally. Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, prescribed it in ancient Greece for digestive and metabolic disorders. Roman physicians documented its effectiveness against tumors and inflammation. Traditional Chinese medicine incorporated it as Hei Zhong Chao. Medieval European monasteries cultivated it in their medicinal gardens, preserving this knowledge through the Dark Ages. What makes this seed so powerful? The physics are so simple they feel like a secret. Thymoquinone, the active compound in black cumin, triggers apoptosis, programmed cell death, specifically in cancer cells. Healthy cells remain protected due to their different metabolic pathways. That's it. No synthetic modification, no laboratory enhancement, no patent-protected formulation. Just a natural compound that selectively targets what threatens us while preserving what sustains us. But something changed in 1938. Not the seed. The rules. The Federal Food, Drug and Cosmetic Act established FDA authority over medical claims. Big Pharma was founded with government backing and patent protection. By 1962, they had the regulatory framework, capital, and political relationships to control medical narratives completely. This created a business model problem. Synthetic cancer drugs were patentable, profitable, controllable. You could charge $100,000 per treatment cycle. Black cumin required no prescription, no oncologist, no insurance approval. It simply didn't fit the cancer treatment model, which had evolved to maximize revenue extraction rather than healing. The FDA chose patented pharmaceuticals not because they were better, but because they were systematically profitable. What followed wasn't active suppression, it was regulatory exclusion. And regulatory exclusion operating long enough produces the same result. Knowledge lost, options limited, alternatives forgotten. The legal framework cemented this approach. The Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994 created a structure/function loophole. You can sell black cumin as a supplement but cannot mention cancer. Making medical claims triggers FDA enforcement action with criminal penalties, including up to 20 years in federal prison. This legal framework was reinforced by cultural programming. The quackery narrative painted natural remedies as primitive and dangerous. Medical schools stopped teaching botanical medicine. Insurance only covered FDA-approved treatments. Patients were conditioned to trust only pharmaceutical solutions, regardless of their efficacy or side effects. The numbers tell the story: a $200 billion cancer treatment industry annually versus a treatment that costs pennies per dose. 1,600 years of documented use versus 80 years of suppression. That's what stands between you and this ancient medicine. At some point, the numbers start to speak loudly enough that even systems designed to ignore them must acknowledge them. Jefferson University is one of America's most respected cancer research facilities. When Jefferson produces oncology data, that data isn't disputed. Their 2019 study found Nigella sativa induces apoptosis in multiple cancer cell lines. Thymoquinone showed a 67% reduction in pancreatic cancer cell viability. Most importantly, it demonstrated selective cytotoxicity, killing cancer cells while protecting healthy tissue. These numbers outperformed many chemotherapy agents in laboratory conditions. This isn't isolated research. International validation comes from everywhere. University of Mississippi documented anti-tumor effects in breast cancer models. King Saud University found a 52% reduction in liver cancer cell proliferation. Tehran University of Medical Sciences showed enhanced effectiveness when combined with conventional therapy. Malaysian research demonstrated significant tumor shrinkage in animal studies. Mechanism studies identified multiple pathways: apoptosis induction, angiogenesis inhibition, metastasis prevention. Its anti-inflammatory effects rival pharmaceutical NSAIDs. Immune system enhancement has been documented in clinical trials. Its antioxidant capacity exceeds vitamin E by 150%. Human clinical evidence exists too. Trials in Egypt showed tumor marker reduction. Pakistani studies documented improved quality of life in cancer patients. German research confirmed a safety profile superior to chemotherapy. There are no documented cases of toxicity at therapeutic doses. This data has been available since the early 2000s. The cancer industry hasn't disputed it, they've simply not referenced it. Over 600 peer-reviewed studies exist, yet none are mentioned in oncology textbooks. It's as if an entire field of promising research has been systematically overlooked. But here's what those systems don't control: human determination. In 2018, alternative cancer clinics across Mexico began incorporating Black Cumin protocols. Patients reported tumor shrinkage, improved energy, reduced side effects. The medical establishment said natural cancer treatment was quackery, but these practitioners built recovery programs with it and let results make the argument. A grassroots movement emerged. In online forums, cancer survivors share Black Cumin success stories. The tradition of seed-based healing has become a fixture in the natural health community. Families drive hundreds of miles to obtain high-quality Nigella sativa oil. They share dosing protocols, sourcing information, and combination therapies, creating an underground medical system based on what works rather than what's approved. The people using these protocols aren't fringe believers. They're educated patients who read what oncologists don't teach and decided to test it themselves. What they discovered is what ancient physicians knew 3,000 years ago. The complexity in cancer treatment isn't in the healing, it's in the regulatory barriers preventing access to natural solutions. This means the barrier isn't knowledge, it isn't availability, it isn't cost. It's the distance between what research data shows and what the law allows. Practitioners sell it as nutritional support, while patients understand the real application. The seed itself remains completely legal, only the medical claims are restricted. Here's the undeniable reality: there's a seed that attacks cancer cells while protecting healthy tissue. It's not a theory or experiment. It has been tested, measured, and documented for over 20 years across multiple continents. Ancient physicians used it for 3,000 years. Modern research has proved it works. 600 studies confirm its mechanisms. This seed asks nothing of you. No chemotherapy appointments, no radiation schedules, no pharmaceutical side effects. It asks only for $3 per pound and the knowledge that someone doesn't want you to have. The knowledge isn't lost. It's sitting on Middle Eastern market shelves right now, waiting for you to understand what you're looking at. Every handful of black seeds contains the same compounds that laboratory studies show eliminate cancer cells. They buried the medical claims, but they cannot bury the seed. It grows everywhere, it costs almost nothing, and it remembers what we were taught to forget. The choice is yours. Accept that healing is a birthright, not a prescription. Recognize that nature provides solutions without patents. Understand that the ground produces everything you need to fight the disease they profit from treating. What shocked you most about this biblical seed's cancer-fighting potential? Comment below. Hit subscribe now to uncover more life-saving secrets they don't want you to know.